guys? Got Justin Bilodeau here, out here at beautiful Del Camino in Phoenix, Arizona. I've got Terry Miller here doing it in the bag for me. First time ever for MVP. I'm going to start with just some of my driving putters. I throw 3 of them, and these are what caught my attention first with MVP. It was a proxy, neutron proxy. First time I ever put these in the bag, literally 9 holes later, I got an ace, and it got me hooked. These are great, nice, smooth, easy hyzers, out to about 250, 300 with most minimal effort. If you need it to just go perfectly straight, throw it a little bit flat, and it'll just hold forever. It never really deviates either direction for whatever you want to throw. Holds an ante, pretty much holds whatever line you want it to. So I throw neutron on pretty much every single one of my plastics. You'll kind of see that neutron or the plasma. Part of my game involves a lot of spin, so if I don't have the grip that I need, it hurts my distance. So every single one of these is pretty much going to be the same plastic. Neutron, plasma both have incredible grip, wet or dry. So starting off with the neutron proxy. The next one, Envy's staple. I throw these so much. Up shots, drives. I mean, these are stable, not crazy stable, but they hold the line. I can get these out to 350. Throw them off the top of the world here over the water. Hole, what is it, 6 or 7. Just holds forever and slowly fades down in. If I need to do just a big smash hyzer, it'll hold. Plasma or neutron Envy, they're amazing. All right, next thing, let's go over some mid-ranges. My straight to flip up is the Axis, again, neutron. You can throw this slight hyzer, flat, slight hyzer hard, it'll stand up and maybe carry to the right just a little bit down here at altitude. I live at 4,300 feet, so these are a little bit more stable where I'm at. But down here, flip to flat, straight, maybe get a little carry to the right, but they'll never flip over on me. I mean, I've never had one even try to flip and roll. They just slowly carry to the right. Excellent. Neutron Axis. Vector, one of MVP's originals. Stable, but not too stable. Just right for 350, 400 feet. If you really want to smash on one, these will get out to 400 feet. These are just a tick above the Axis. Neutron as well. What I found with neutron, it's a really slow break-in too. You basically, right out of the box, they're going to fly. You got 80% of their broken in flight, so you don't have to worry about taking forever to slowly get your nice buttery smooth shot out of them. Neutron from the start is excellent. So I carry 2 of these, just different stabilities. That's one thing I try to do, is I try to minimize the number of discs that are in my bag. Keep the mold quantity in check. Try not to have too many shots that I have to choose from. I feel like if I have to pick between 3 stabilities instead of 4 different types of discs or 3 different types of discs, it really helps you kind of keep your brain in check and not have to think shots. The next one I've got, I just made in my bag this year, is the RUNWAY from our Streamline, and these are just utility money discs. They're stable, just a tick more stable than the Vector, but I use them primarily for a flick up shot, and then if I have to sky out a hyzer that I know is just going to dive in and not move on the ground, I'll throw one of these. They don't have much skip. When they land, where you throw them, very, very predictable. Neutron RUNWAY, excellent. Next, I'm going to get started on the fairways, and I'm going to start from least stable to most stable, and basically same with speed, slower to faster. Something I've been trying to incorporate in my bag this year is the Virus. I need a roller disc and something that with minimal effort will just get up and stand and go straight, carry to the right, move forward a little ways without worrying about it coming back to the left. The Virus is just that disc. This is the easiest 350 feet disc I've ever thrown in my life. 30–40% power. It just flares up, holds, carries the right a little bit, moves forward and nice consistent finish. If I want to mash on one of these for a roller, you can get some big distance out of a roller on these. That's exactly what I put in my bag. So far it's working out excellent. So the Virus, Neutron, pretty excellent stamp there too, I must say. These guys did a great job. All right, now the next one. If I was gonna do a signature series, it would be on this amp. This thing has got me so many birdies out here at both of these courses. The amp's a fairway that you put it up in the air, slide hyzer with a lot of energy, it will carry out and hold to the right for 1.5 miles. This thing will get me 450, 500 foot distance just mashed. It is incredible. It also can work as a roller if you really want to, but I usually just sky it out and just let it fly. Plasma, plastic, I've noticed they're a little bit more stable in this run, so I've been holding these and they just carry that much more farther, and they work out, and they're both pretty much maxed at weight, 175s. Excellent disc right here. Man, these are becoming some of my favorite discs. I throw these on the first 5 holes here at Vista del Camino, and I threw them in the first hole at Fountain Hills. The shock, good 450 foot smash on a hyzer. It will carry just a little bit flat if you need it to. It'll hold with a nice, smooth, consistent finish. They're also really good for a flick. They'll hold the line, stand up, and come back. These will never flip on you unless you're doing something wrong with your wrist. These will hold the line for a long time. So, Neutron shock. All right, we're gonna go up to stability here. This is my go-to flick disc, the Resistor. Beautiful stamp from our first MVP Open 2018 last year, and it's in a plasma, kind of a stiffer plasma. These just great forehand discs, anywhere from small upshot 200 feet and then reach out to 350 if you want. Just hold, comes back smooth, not crazy. You get a little bit of a flare, but it won't dig in and dive and stop if you keep it lower, or you can get it to skip for a little ways if you keep it flat. They're excellent. So if for whatever reason I get into a situation where I need something a little bit more than that Resistor, little headwind, need something that I know is going to turn right a little bit harder, the Motion is just that disc. It's like a stability and a half above that Resistor, a little bit faster. This is probably the most stable disc I have in my bag for flicks. Really consistent. They're a good disc. I keep these lighter because they are so stable. I throw one about a 160 weight. I find any more than that, and it's so stable I struggle to reach out too far. So 160 works really, really well for me. And then this is new to me on this memorial trip, the Neutron Trace. So we were just allowed to put these in our bag this year. And up at altitude where I live, these were pretty stable. I didn't really throw them, didn't plan on bagging them. Came down here to Vegas and Memorial, and I found these things mash. They go a long way. I birdied 17 a couple days ago down at Fountain Hills. Went 15 long with this thing. You put them out, smash hyzer, they'll hold, carry forward, just a smooth, really long carry forward, very little turn to the right, and it just goes straight, just forever. And finally we'll come back down forward. Not hard left, just carry forward, smooth. Neutron Trace, these are excellent. This one's got a little bit higher dome. I've seen some of the other ones that are a little flatter. They don't seem to be quite as stable. These higher dome, higher parting line ones are what you're looking for if you want it to just be able to mash on. Anyway, good disc. All right, almost done. A couple more high-speed drivers. This thing is one of the main reasons I switched to MVP. The Neutron OCTANE is high speed, will take just about anything you want to give it. To tick above the trace, I can use it for anything from just a massive hyzer bomb to something that will, if I throw it a little lighter or a little lower and flat, carry to the right just a little bit, it will hold, and carry back. This thing I've got out to about 600 feet. It goes a long ways. I carried 3 of them, different stabilities. The less stable ones are the neutron. The more stable ones are the plasmas. So just pick between the 3 depending on what the shot is. This one right here got me a birdie on hole 18 here in Vista on the now infamous 18. Excellent disc. Last one, dimension. If I'm going down to sea level, this is my OCTANE essentially. Does just about the same thing if I'm down 500 to 1,000 feet. Same exact description, just mashes. If I'm up at altitude, this thing is pretty darn stable where I live. Very predictable. I can forehand this as hard as I want. I can backhand this as hard as I want. I don't even know if I could roll it if I tried. Maybe I could, but it might hurt. This one is an excellent disc for reliability and just mashing on hyzers or into a headwind. I've got these awesome swirly neutron dimensions too, and they're stiff. They're a little bit more stable than any of the rest of the regular neutron dimensions, but they work really well, and they're beautiful. So neutron dimension. And last but not least, my putter. Firm Electron Envy. Honestly, I've been playing since 1998, and I wish I had started with these. These changed my game. They are stable, but not too stable. They're compact. It just feels like you're throwing darts. They're not floaty. They go exactly where you tell them to go. They're a little bit stable, right? So you know that they're gonna finish. You can throw it into a headwind, and it's not gonna carry off to the right. It's gonna hold and come back exactly where you throw it. I've got 25, 30 of these at home that I practice with, and they're all consistent, exact same disc. Very reliable. And this new stamp that came out is beautiful this year. So, Firm Electron Envy, money. Well, thanks you guys for making it this far. Hope that helps you out building some of your game. Remember, I throw at altitude quite a bit, 4,300 feet, so everything's a little bit more stable. But this is my bag. What I just showed you here is my bag from Memorial, so it's applied to both areas. Just play with the molds. Obviously, there's different stabilities for different plastics, and just build your bag to whatever fits your game. Like you see here, I use multiples of the same exact disc. Try to minimize the shot selection I have to choose from. Just keep it simple. When you get out there and you're in the middle of a tournament, the brain's going a million miles an hour, it's better to have less options, in my opinion. Another thing I forgot to mention, you probably all noticed, they are all orange, and that's for a reason. I grew up in Oregon, and it was not necessarily intentional at first. What I found is I'd lose every single disc that wasn't orange. They'd disappear. And I finally just noticed, like, hey, orange is really easy to see. So I started making it a point to put them in. Somebody noticed one day, like, you going all orange? And I at that point said, yeah, screw it, why not? So I went all orange, and I haven't looked back since. It's been 5, 6 years now. And now my brain is trained to see orange. I can find these things from 600 feet away. But anyway, that's why I throw all orange, forgot to mention that. A couple other just little side details in the bag. Whale sack, gotta get a shout out to these guys. If you got wet playing conditions, if you got sweaty hands, you gotta have one of these. These things are worth their weight in gold. Save me many strokes when I'm starting to feel sticky. So smack one of these around, your hands will be golden. 2 minis, you never know when you're gonna forget one, lose one. Somebody else is gonna forget one, lose one. I carry 2. Loan them out, hopefully you get them back. Doesn't always happen. Good luck charm right here. Shout out to Steve in Portland, Oregon. And he stuck one of these on my bag 3 years ago. He glued this thing on. I thought it was gonna last 2 days, and it's been there for 3 years now. Water, snacks, towels, that's it.